after you have put all of this in, that you go in with your fruits, cherries, your dark treacle. Alright, so I always say scrape and make sure you're mixing properly. Alright, mix properly so that you don't have flour stuck anywhere. Alright, mix, but not over mix. Okay, just gently. If possible, at this point you can make use of a spatula so that you're just folding in your ingredients, not necessarily mixing anymore. Okay, so you see how hard it is to mix now, right? At this point we're going in with all our other fruits. You can actually also save some for your topping, all right, so that you can have it sprinkled at the top of your cake. Okay, so we're doing this. All right, see, I think I would actually prefer to maybe blend this up a bit, okay, so that it's not so obvious, because I have them in larger chunks. Like, I cut these dates really tiny. See how large they became after they soaked for a few days. All right, just imagine chewing into this. Okay, so imagine, like, so I need to maybe blend it up a bit and make it smaller. All right, imagine chewing into this. I also had some nuts soaked in. So let's do some blending up a bit, and then we'll be back to do our final mixture. All right, so we mashed up the fruits a bit so that they are not so big in sizes, and we're going to mix that in okay. Mix to the bottom so that there's no dry flour at the bottom of your bowl, because that wouldn't be nice now, would it? Okay, so we're going to add in a little bit of our cherry, and then we'll save some for the toppings. All right, if you want, you can throw them in whole. You don't have to cut, but like I said, I don't want it too nutty, and I want them in bite sizes, not so large. Okay, not so large. Okay, so there's that. I'll keep some for the top, even though I think I already have more than enough fruits in the cake already. I'll just sprinkle that at the top. Now we get to add, please, I have water by my side, I'm always washing my hands, so alright, now we got to go in with the rest of our semi-liquids, our browning, our golden syrup, our dark treacle, so that we can mix everything in at once. So dark treacle is it lighter or darker than, no, it's lighter. It's lighter than what's it called, browning. So which should go first? The lighter one. Depends on how dark you want it. You can add as many spoons as you want, or as little spoons as you want as well. So choice is yours. Adding 2 tablespoons, sorry. Here, the golden syrup should have gone in first, so that it pushes out the color when you add the others. Now you have some stuck inside. Yep. Okay. we're almost done. Then all you need to do is, grease your pans, line it. A fruit cake is typically a thick kind of cake, and that means it's getting to stay longer than a regular, maybe vanilla in the oven, right? So you don't want the bottom to dry out. So it's usually advised to line it with a parchment paper or something, okay, so that the bottom doesn't burn out while the top is still cooking. So I'm gonna be adding my browning. I have no idea why this browning is so thick, but doesn't even seem to be coming out. Okay. Okay, so let me mix and see what the color is before deciding whether or not I need more. Okay, so see what it's becoming already. Some persons prefer this other lighter color. So, like I earlier mentioned, it's still your choice in the end. Whatever shade you want it, whatever color you prefer, right? So just do you. Do what you're comfortable with. Some persons may end up maybe not going in with the browning in the end. Maybe because they already have made use of brown sugar from the start, and they're going to add in molasses and that trickle, right? So they necessarily do not have to add in all of this extra browning in the end. So it depends on you. So I think I'm fine with this rich, deep brown color that I have here. So have you gained one thing or the other so far? Right? Like I always say, mix from the bottom. If not, you're going to have a dual colored cake by the time you pour into your pan. Alright, so make sure there's uniformity, everything properly mixed, right? Yeah, so we are good to go. At this point, if you want, oops, now that batter is thick, literally really thick. So if you want, you can add your flavor at this point. You can go in with your milk if you want. There are people who like milk in their fruit cakes, and it's totally okay, it's totally fine. There are no hard and fast rules. It depends on what you prefer. If you want it a bit, succulent, you can go ahead. So at this point, you're free to do as you wish. I'm going to go ahead and line my pans, pour in, and take to the oven and bake. So I will go ahead to scoop into my cake tin. Remember, I said I was going to be using 6-inch pans, so that's what I have here, and this is the last one. And I got to add a little bit of fruits that I didn't squash at the top. Usually when you add fruits just like that to the top of your cake, right, it sinks to the bottom. So to be on the safer side, you can just coat them with a little bit of dry flour. Okay, coat it with a little bit of dry flour and you're good to go. That way it doesn't sink to the bottom. But this is a fruit cake, so even if it sinks, I mean, it is a fruit cake. You don't necessarily have to. Now it's falling into the one I said I don't want to put on top. So even if it falls to the bottom, right, you are still going to see fruit in the cake. So it doesn't really. Well, so this is what we have here. Okay. Yeah. And the last one. So make sure you remember to tap lightly on a flat surface so that you can release any trapped air bubbles, so that your cake doesn't come out and have hole in the middle when you cut. So always remember to do this. Then we're going to bake.